Welcome everyone. We are thrilled to have you with us today for this session from fuel to food. How forecourts are boosting store revenue with digital ordering. I'm Greg, head of marketing at Flix, joined by our partner manager Edward. Hi Edward, and Erwin, intense sales engineer at TSG.
Okay.
Hi Erwin, how are
Well,
you?
Hi, hello. We're doing fine.
Nice.
Thank you.
Super. Erwin has worked for 15 years in multimedia retail and in shop management, so he's really a priceless field expert today. Erwin, thanks again to positively reply to this invitation.
No problem.
So, in the next 30, 45 minutes, we'll explore how forecourts are moving from being fuel-centric to becoming true retail and food destination. So, yeah, so voilà. We are here to share what's working in the field, what your customers expect in 2025, and how digital ordering has already transformed other industries. Before jumping into the content, on the bottom right or on the right on your screen, you will find the chat. Please don't hesitate to ask anytime your question. I'll make sure during the whole presentation that we reply to them. So please don't hesitate to ask. The goal is really to make something super interactive. So we are there to help you. And I see, hello Nati, good morning. So here is the chat just to make sure. Voilà. Alors, let's go. We'll very briefly present you what we have prepared for you. So to start, we will very briefly introduce our companies. Then we will directly jump into the forecourt world with the reasons behind the changes happening, where Erwin will give us all. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Then we will the fuel retail. Sorry, I just have a small issue. Yes, I do. Yes, Erwin, do you hear me well? Yes.
Yes, we do.
Yes. So Edward doesn't hear me. You can maybe Edward just remove your helmet or change the settings. Change the settings because I think I'm just asking to everybody. Can you tell me if you hear me well in the chat, just to make sure that all the settings are good. So I see people. I can hear you. Okay, perfect. So and it's from your side, Edward. So he will come back. I'm coming back on the agenda. So the forecourt world with the reasons behind the changes happening, where Erwin will give us all his market knowledge. After that, Edward will explain us all his expertise about the food and retail industry. What are the good practices that fuel retailers can take with us? Thank you, Angelique. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Daniel. Super. Then we will deep dive into a real customer case and a clear practical application in the forecourt context. And before the conclusion, we'll briefly go through a checklist to let you see if your forecourt network is ready to digital ordering. So to start, Edward, I see that you are back. Do you hear as well?
yes, I'm sorry, the internet connection failed.
No problem, Edward. That's live issues. So let's go. So briefly, who's Flix? So Flix is a Belgian company created like 15 years ago, present over 7 countries. We help for years now actors from the food and retail industry, but also in the fuel industry, as you can see some logos on the right. We help them on 2 major topics. From one end, thanks to our loyalty engine and promotion engine, brand can easily put in place strong loyalty program and create engagement with their customers. And on the other end, we help brands to digitize their ordering challenge thanks to solutions such as self-ordering kiosk, click and collect, home delivery, web ordering, etc., etc. And now, Erin, I let you introduce your company, TSG.
Okay, thank you, Gregory, for the introduction. I will introduce TSG a little bit. TSG is a service partner in mobility solutions. As you can see, we have different kind of business units. We have the traditional energies, which is divided into retail and into fleet. Retail concerns more the fuel stations, and the fleet concerns more the industry solutions that we have. On both, we sell dispensers, we do piping, civil works, there's a whole lot. With the new energies, the most important is, of course, charge, which are the EV chargers, where we also do the cabling. A newer business unit is the TSG Power. And TSG Power, we provide solutions in large capacity batteries. For instance, if you have an overcapacity provided by solar panels or wind turbines, you can store them to use later, or you can trade them on the electricity market. So that's completely new. Gas industry, we do already a long time. LNG, CNG, LPG, we already have installations in place, but we also tackle the newer ones, which is hydrogen, biogas, and many more. Then we have our business unit, TSG Systems, which handles payment systems, indoor, outdoor payment systems. We have a solution also for chargers, where we can place one in the charger itself, but also a standalone version to combine more chargers. Besides the payment, we also have our POS, of course, which is installed in many fuel stations. And last but not least, we have TSG Wash, which we have a solution in a rollover, but also solutions in self-wash boxes. They are provided to car dealers, to the industry, to fuel stations. And beside that, we have a solution for truck and bush washes. That's in a nutshell, in a very short nutshell, what we do. If you have more information needed, please call us.
Super. Thank you very much, Erwin. Now that our companies are introduced, let's jump into the session. Erwin, the fuel industry is living a huge transformation for the last years. Everybody here knows it. But can you please give us your point of view and explain us what's really driving this transformation?
Okay, it's indeed a very good question, and it's not so easy to answer what is our point of view, what is driving the change. It's not only EV what is driving the change. It's a very strong catalyst, of course, in this market. The industry is evolving, but also the newer customers are demanding a lot. They want to have a solution, one-time solution, one-stop go. That's what they want. They want to fuel, they want to see at the shop, they want to do their groceries in one time, and they also want to eat. The new experiences, they want more leisure time, they want more quality time with their families, for their hobbies, for their children, etc. So if you have a forecourt, we have all these things combined. They will fuel, they will park their car, go inside, do their shopping, and do their eating. In 1 hour, they have everything done, and they have more quality time. Also for EV chargers, an EV driver, he will stay for 15 or 30 minutes on one place. He has to go in and see, I can drink a coffee over here. I can do my groceries. He will come back the next time because you have all and one in place. So the new habits, the new demands, that's what's driving this change. And it's not only EV that we are talking about, it's also the traditional fuels that we are talking about. So it's a little bit of both. And what is really driving, and they want a quick solution, instant ordering, instant purchasing, instant consuming. They want to come in. They want to see at once, there's a queue of 10 people. I don't want to go in the queue. I see the order kiosk. I place my order. I have time to get my order. And in that time, they can go to the shop, do their groceries, and they don't have to wait in the queue line. So they have their food, they can consume, and they can go out. Within the hour, they are gone. But they have spent their money at your place and not somewhere else. And that's what's really very, very important, of course. So that you can see the change, it's driven by the consumers, and not only the electrical ones. They are the very strong catalyst, of course, in this transformation, but it's all the consumers. The older generation, they see a fuel station as a fuel station and nothing more. But the younger generation, they see it as a kind of mobility hub, where they can go, where they can shop, where they can eat. So what's important for you? Your shop, your restaurants, they are some kind of a trigger at the forecourt. Everybody knows that the investment on EV charging costs a lot. And it's traditional fuel. A car comes to fuel 2-5 minutes and he's gone. With an EV charger, it's a little bit more. 15-30 minutes, they have to stay. and they can stay at their car. Yeah, that's one solution. Yeah, they can eat a sandwich in their car, but that's not the thing that you want, because then you only have the revenue of the electrical charger. Yeah, if you look at the shop, if you look at the restaurant, yeah, then you have much more kind of return on investment of your EV investment. Yeah, they come in, buy a coffee, buy a croissant in the first time, and they see, oh, they have much more things that they can buy, that I can consume. You have a workplace where you can do your emails, etc. And what can they do the next time? The next time they're going to plan better. Yeah, they come by after work, they charge their car, they come in, they buy a coffee, eat a croissant, eat a little bit more, and do their work. They come at home. What do they have? Quality time, leisure time. Yeah, and that's what's really driving these customers today. Yeah, so investing in EV charging, yes, return on investment. Also investing in an order kiosk, in a better shop, extend your food service to that. But in that point, Edward will come back later. What do we see in the other countries? Abroad, in the UK, for instance, you have Daily by Shell. It's a new food store concept. There are already some existing over here also. And they see that for the in-store, for the food, there's a revenue increase of 16%. When they extend also to click and collect, to web ordering, to table ordering, there's an increase of 35%. And all on the same space, on the same forecourt. Yeah. So you don't have to invest a lot more. You can start small. Yeah. But the investment, it goes up to 35%. And that's what you are looking for in these kind of things. So most consumers, almost half of the consumers, they want to determine how easy it is to get in and how easy it is to get out. Yeah. So if the entrance is very low, the exit is very low, they have consumed everything, they have charged everything, or they have fueled everything, they will come back. And that's the most important thing. So that's a little bit what our point of view as TSG is on the new market, on the new involvement.
Oops, sorry.
Oh.
Thank you, Erwin. That's my
You're welcome.
Thank you, Erwin. And as a key takeaway of this report, to stay competitive and profitable, fuel retailers must evolve their in-store models, prioritizing convenience, personalization, and digital innovation. Indeed, figures are there to confirm that it's not a trend. Consumers are expecting the same level of convenience. That's where they are used to buy. They are used to buy, order, shop anywhere else. So voilà, that's just the traditional way today to do it, and which makes the perfect transition to our second part. Edward, can you tell us more about the transformation actually that happened already some years ago in other industries? And I'm gonna unmute you. No worries. For just Edward, you can go.
Yes, of course, Gregory. And I'm sorry, apparently the microphone gives a bit of feedback, so I hope everybody can still listen. Well, thanks for the insights, Erwin, and I'll definitely explain, well, who Flix is and what expertise we have accumulated in the food and retail industry and why we have come into the petrol sector and convenience stores. And to do so, I'll explain, 3 brands in 3 different sectors that all reverted to the same kind of idea. So be it McDonald's, IKEA, and Carrefour. So they clearly don't sell the same product, but are global companies that are extremely profitable. And after, managing logistics, actually getting a margin and optimizing customer experience, they all went to the same idea. And this is, driven through 2 ideas, which is operational inefficiencies and how do we increase the average basket value. They've been doing this for years. These are very large companies that everybody knows, and they've innovated a lot, and they've innovated with partners like us. We are the partner Flix that have been doing it with them to offer digital sales channels to actually answer the problem of long queues and increase average basket size automatically. And you'll be able to see, if you go into any of these shops, the transition. We've all lived it. I'll take the example of McDonald's because it's probably the most illustrative of what I'm saying. Before you get in, there'd be a very long queue. The staff actually talking to clients, having to do low-value tasks like understand their order and input it into the POS while making mistakes, while potentially having conflictual discussions with the clients. Nowadays, you go into a McDonald's, a Burger King, or you go to a Carrefour, the staff are there doing the high-value task of actually preparing orders, preparing food, preparing the products. Clients, especially the younger generation, are used to going to a screen, being an ordering kiosk or a self-checkout, and ordering directly from there, and therefore having the personalization that comes with the screen and the automatic upsell and cross-sell that comes with it. They've done the innovation and they're very good at it. We've been working with them for a decade doing it. And a great example would be McDonald's, that increased their average ticket size by 30% thanks to digital sales channels. As I said, they didn't do this because they like being innovative. They did it because they had to respond to certain problems. Operational inefficiencies, meaning long queues. As Owen said, 46%, if you have a very long queue, they might not even come in. We also have staff shortages. These operational inefficiencies cost money, and then the increase in revenue that everybody wants. So why is the expertise we accumulate in food and retail transposable to the petrol sector, to convenience stores and forecourts? Well, it's because you're confronted with the same problems of it. And the problems are, I need 7 staff to take in all the orders at peak hour, and those 7 employees, when it's not peak hour, well, they're just not as efficient. We're not looking for highly qualified employees, and it's a challenge in getting good staff recruitment that generally stay not a long time, not always be there in the shop. And it's very difficult to increase average basket value with this kind of staff, meaning we'd all want it, but if a staff member has talked to 200 clients in a day, you can be pretty sure that he's not going to upsell and cross-sell. He's there literally to put it in the POS, verify the payment is there, and hand them the product that they have bought. When you put in a kiosk and you use the expertise of a company like Flix in partnership with TSG, and you modify the shop and you do it correctly, we now have 71% of people that go to the kiosk. So everybody used to go to the till, and now we're 71% going to the kiosk. They always get an automatic upsell and cross-sell. And I'll explain what an upsell and cross-sell is. The upsell will be, I've just bought a sandwich. It'll automatically propose a larger sandwich. And the cross-sell is, I get to payment, I bought my Coke, I've bought my sandwich, and I will now propose a dessert. 71% go to the kiosk. They all get the upsell and cross-sell. 40 to 50% of them will actually take an additional product. This is what increases the average basket size, frees up the time of your staff that are no longer inputting it into your POS because we're directly integrated to Prisma, and we start actually optimizing our retail space. We're not going to lie, all of your petrol stations are very different. We're not going to put a kiosk on an unmanned station. Right? The kiosk is a digital sales channel that fits certain locations, and those locations would be, as Owen said, everything's changing. If you have a mobility hub, a food court, or a convenience store that has very, very high frequency of clients, the order kiosk is a great idea. But we developed other digital sales channels thanks to our expertise in food and retail to cater to all locations. We have the kiosk, very useful. We also have the web ordering. One of our clients here took the web ordering because he had an innovative idea of putting a pizzeria in the convenience store. And what this means is people come in, they sit on a very comfortable couch, they can grab a drink, and you now put a QR code on the table. So they don't have to get up, they don't have to queue, which is the point. You want them to sit there and enjoy the very expensive but luxury pizza that they bought. So they scan the QR code and they get the upsell and cross-sell. This web ordering solution can also be used at home for people who want to just connect to the website, order in advance, and come and get it. You can also have a delivery straight to your house, which now means that your convenience store is in competition with food and retail because of the incredible locations in which they are. We also developed a delivery aggregator. This is for your locations that are more in an urban area. If you're in an urban area where there are many people living around, our delivery aggregator will be extremely useful. Instead of having to manually go onto Uber Eats, Takeaway, Just Eat, putting in all your products and having 3 tablets next to your staff to take all the orders and have to still input it into the POS, making mistakes, etc., you can use our delivery aggregator. One tool, you expose all your products, they're directly injected into the POS, and your staff just have to prepare the order. Our last digital sales channel is, of course, the mobile application, meaning you can pay for your fuel and your EV charger through the application and purchase products. The point is not to cannibalize your own clients. If they're sitting in their car and they pay for the fuel, they're not going to go to the shop. So this is why they can also order from the application. Thanks to all of these digital sales channels, we know that a large part of your network can now optimize the retail space. I gave you a couple of facts and figures on the order kiosk. I won't give you one for each and every digital sales channel, but on average, you get plus 15 to 30% higher order per ticket just because of the automatic upsell and cross-sell. But essentially what you're giving them is the digital convenience that has been built over the last decade in food and retail. You stay ahead of your competition, and you're now ready for the future in retail. What's beautiful about this is that we've been doing this for a decade more. We're not being pioneers here, far from it. We've already built the solutions. We already have the front end. We know what the client's like. We know the UX UI, and we have the expertise to overcome, the operational obstacles that we got at first when installing these solutions. Added is why we think convenience stores and the petrol sector is prime for these solutions is you have existing traffic, people know your brand, and you're super well located. You're not like IKEA put, far in the corner of nothing where they need a massive shop and very high tickets. Here, you're at a place where everybody comes and they come often. You also, as Owen said, some of you have EV chargers that are being installed. Therefore, they spend more time. Therefore, we want to optimize, give them the convenience. Some people like talking to staff. Some people like going to the kiosk. Some people like doing it through an app. We can do all of it thanks to the integration we have with Prisma and our collaboration with TSG. So I'll let Gregory do the key takeaway and transition into the next chapter. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Edward. And you're right, actually, to highlight the competitive advantages of some forecourts compared to other retail stores or restaurants. The comparison between the fuel or let's say the mobility industry now and the retail and food industry is for us, yeah, definitely a no-brainer. They are offering the same products and than this industry. So the only thing missing is the convenient way to order it. So the key takeaway indeed is that digital ordering is not just a feature, it's a mindset shift. And as Edward has said, you don't have to be the pioneer. The path has already been cleared for you by other industries, but also by other fuel retailer actors. Erwin, can you please tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I can give you the example of the breakpoint at GNV. That's our pilot site that we did. It's located in the center of Antwerp. Yeah, it's nearby. It's an urban area, as Edward said. So they all have the possibilities like this. Here you see the picture of the outside, but when we go inside, yeah, you have a nice entrance, of course, breakpoint, yeah, and you see in the middle picture there are 3 order kiosks. Yeah, this is okay, the opening, but in real life it's always busy over there because it's near beneath the Crown Plaza Hotel, next to the highway, so everybody knows a little bit more the location over there. And it's a very busy food station. They have sushi, they have sandwiches, they have a lot of things, yeah. And the order kiosks are well occupied, yeah. They're very happy with it. They say it's an extra asset, yeah, and it's not a replacement of another thing. It's really an extra asset. So they are very, very happy, and they're looking into it to extend their other stations with a food corner and with some order kiosks. So this is a very, very good example of how things can work. Yeah. And what's the benefit of it? Yeah, the order kiosk, yeah, is connected to the fuel post, to the Prisma fuel post. Yeah, so all your tickets, all your transactions will be mentioned in the transaction file. Yeah, and it will be in the daily report into Prisma fuel post. So you don't have to use another back office. You have everything at once, and that's really the advantage. If you choose for another order kiosk or another system, you will have an extra back office needed. And that's not the case. So everything is in one file, and that's what really is really interesting for this fuel stations. Now Edward will do a little bit of a resume of what we all said and what the benefits are. So I'm giving the word to him.
No, definitely. But as Owen said, everybody has to understand that we've done the integration to Prisma. The order management system is connected. We have the expertise of what digital convenience is, and now it's just a question of rolling out which one applies to which location. And the modern digital convenience goes through home delivery, as everybody knows, the Uber Eats, the takeaway, the Just Eats, the click and collect, the self-ordering kiosk, and the table ordering. And now it is all easy to roll out. So in the petrol sector, if you have fuel posts, it's literally a click away.
Thanks, Edward. And if you actually pass by this GNV forecourt in Antwerp, I really recommend you to taste their smash burgers because they are really, really good. And by the way, I also recommend each of you to follow the FlixCloud at TSG LinkedIn page because the full customer testimonial video will very soon be shared. So voilà. So the key takeaway of this chapter is actually very simple, but so natural too. What was sounds technically impossible is now fully achievable. So you maybe wonder why C-stores and restaurant forecourt never implemented these digital ordering channels done, which was done by years and years ago by other industries, but it was also simply because it wasn't technically speaking possible. And thanks to DFS, TSG, Samsung and Flix, today it's the case. So voila, it's the technical improvement that is done now on the market. And saying that, I'm also introducing myself for the last part. What makes a forecourt ready for digital ordering? And to know that, we are going to go through this checklist, which we hope will give you a more trusted to at least think about implementing digital ordering channels into some of your forecourts. So let's start. So if you serve some food and drinks, this is not mandatory, but let's say that if you do it, it's even more a no-brainer to implement such ordering solution. We have explained it, Edward has explained it before, all the good things, the added values on doing that. But we also have some pilots in simple C-stores for now, for example, in Belgium, in some local shops, because it's also definitely working very well too. You see queuing issues during peak hours, but this kind of solution will just absorb these queues and let your staff prepare faster the order. So more orders in a faster way, which means, of course, more revenue. You want to boost spend per customer. So there is no magic trick, or maybe one, the automatic cross-sell and upsell that Edward has explained. This is only done by digital ordering. You've seen some figures before. It's not a dream, it's just reality, and that's why actually other industries have done it before. You already have fuel posts, so Prisma posts, but you are the lucky ones. Huh? All the technical work has been done for more than a year now. For a year now, we are celebrating the first year actually with this partnership. So the implementation is now super fast, super easy for you. It just you just have actually to decide to implement these kind of things. You may experience staff shortages, but we all know how complex it is to recruit and keep good staff. But this solution helps you to decrease staff needs and make sure that your staff are working on what really matters, which is at the end preparing the orders and not simply placing orders into your post system. You are planning your seat renovation or an upgrade. This one, it can definitely be a key element because indeed, if you, for example, want to put in place some self-ordering kiosk, you will need to rethink a little bit the space into your forecourts, which is normal. But it's also the perfect timing to think about it because this kind of digital solution are a huge benefit. So voilà. The key takeaway of this sport is starting small is the best path to innovation. You don't have to roll out these solutions into all your forecourts. We know it. Edouard has explained it. Each of it are different. Some are eligible for implementing a DFS order kiosk, for example. Others just for a click and collect solution. Others only using the home delivery because they are well placed into the city. And this is just voilà. Depending on that, you can start small, starting with one forecourt, and then roll on because you will see the ROI on that. And I see that the timing is pretty well actually respected. So as conclusion, I will just take the key takeaways of this session. So first one, to stay competitive and profitable, fuel retailers must evolve their in-store models, prioritizing convenience, personalization, and digital innovation. Second one, digital ordering is not just a feature, it's a mindset shift. Third one, what was once technically impossible is now fully achievable thanks to what all our companies today are has done. And starting small is the best path to innovation. I don't know. The session is finished. It's exactly 30 minutes. We are. I'm very proud of it. Thanks,
Yeah.
Erin, and thanks a lot for that because it's this is the first time that we are doing a webinar and we are respecting the timing. So this is nice. If you do have question, we know that sometimes it's really an open session. So there it can be a few, but we know that there can be more. If not, and you think about it, you know how you can contact us with the TSG website, of course, the flix.cloud website. You can do it by through our social media, LinkedIn, etc. And otherwise, we just thank you for having listening. We really hope that it was an interesting session for you, that you have maybe learned some stuff, or it has just giving you some ideas at least, or just be giving you some more confidence to do it. We are there to help you in this kind of project because we know that it's quite new in the fuel retailing industry. This is not new for other industry. You have understood it, but well, thank you very much. Thank you, Edwin. Thank you, Edward. And let's see that. Yeah, I will end the session very soon if there is no question in the next seconds minutes. But thank you very much. Thank you, Yenteo.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
I will
Yeah.
end the session. You're welcome, Angélique. You're welcome, Nikki. Thank you. Useful insight, but that's very kind of you. It was a very hard work from our side that we are very happy, and we can be quite proud of the session. I think. Thank you again, Erwin. Thank you, Edward. I will end the session right now. You will all receive the replay into your email box, and voila. Thank you. See you
Okay.
soon.
See
Bye.
you. Bye.
Thanks. Bye, Edward. Bye, Erwin.
Bye.